So, first off, congratulations on season 2. Tell me a little bit about what were the challenges for you with this season, and what were the issues that you grappled with that were maybe different than in season 1, and what were the things you were really trying to get across here?
Well, we always conceived this show as 2 seasons. So what was fantastic was when we had the second season greenlit, we already knew what the stories were. So it wasn't a big challenge of trying to figure that out. We'd always sort of decided season 1 was about, the center of it was about this lie that she tells. And season 2 is what happens when you get everything you ever wanted, but then the lie eventually finds its way back. I think what's different about this season is it's about marriage. All of our characters are now into mature relationships. They're all married. They're all grappling with everything that brings. Motherhood is a huge theme in this. And that brings one of the actual challenges of the show, which was we had babies everywhere. And they cry all the time. And we spent a lot of time getting phone calls from the set with the producer saying, do we really have to have the babies in this thing? Can we write the babies out of this thing?
We do, Eric, actually have footage somewhere of about 30 burly Scottish soldiers, warriors, all singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star to one baby to try and get the baby to calm down enough so we could turn over and do the scene. So that became a big... But also, I think one of the other challenges for us was we have a sort of more spread out storyline, and we had to make sure it felt unified. So we have Catherine in London, we have Meg Tudor in Scotland, and then eventually we have Mary marrying down into France. So we have these 3 women who are all very important to the show, but they're all spread out. And so one of the challenges as writers was to make sure that they just didn't feel like we were just jumping randomly to different parts of the world, but these stories had a thematic unity to them.
And we've also, in this season, lost the baddie, for want of a better word. Margaret Beaufort, who has been the thorn in many of our characters' sides throughout this show, of course, died at the end of season 1. And so the threat to Catherine and the danger comes from new places this time, which I think feels very fresh and exciting and perhaps more unexpected.
Now, I was curious, when you decided on this project, was it something that you just viewed as a classic, timeless story, or was there a particular resonance with the time today about, maybe a little bit of multiculturalism and culture clash here that spurred you to do this story now?
Yeah, to be honest, I think it started with Emma and I are partners in real life, and I was watching Emma making The White Princess, and I was getting Tudor envy. I've loved the Tudors, and I wanted to write and be involved in the show.
He just likes the horses and the armor.
I like the horses and the armor. I was very, very frustrated. So when Emma finished White Princess, we talked about doing The Spanish Princess, and to be honest, you know what, Eric, we didn't really know that the cultural references were going to resonate with the modern day until we started researching, and then we realized there were people of color in Tudor England. That was something,
and that was a massive thing for me. I think I might have felt I'd done enough of this kind of universe at that point, but that for me was something that, having spent 2 seasons trying to reappropriate history for women and tell these historical stories through a female lens, the opportunity to also do that for Black people when everybody likes to say there were no Black people in England in this period, which is patently untrue, that was a whole new, fresh excitement for me. And working with him was quite nice too.
So finally, for both of you, did you have a favorite scene out of this season? There's so many great ones, but for you, if you had, your children, is there one that was your favorite?
I've got a few favorite scenes. I'm worried about actually explaining them. There is I'm very proud of a storyline that we've run between Maggie Pole, played by Laura Carmichael, and a new character to the show, Thomas More, who people will know if they know their Tudor history, was very big in the court of Henry VIII. It's played by Andrew Buchan from Broadchurch. And these are 2 wonderful actors who have a real rapport on set. And we have a story for them that has some beautiful scenes in it, really heartbreaking and very gentle and poignant scenes. So I was very proud of that. I'm also personally proud of some of the stuff that comes in the later half of the show, as the if you like, as Henry VIII becomes a little bit more dictatorial, and some of the scenes that spring up between his old friends, I found very moving and something different, a different dynamic for me to write in this show.
And I think for me, Lena and Catherine, there's 2 or 3 amazing scenes between the 2 of them, and they're such amazing actors, both of them as well. It would be a spoiler to tell you the content of the scene, but Lena is always Catherine's conscience, and she holds up a mirror always, and she's not afraid to tell Catherine when she's behaving badly. And there's such love between those 2, such incredible love. I mean, those 2 sort of have a marriage themselves, and there are some scenes, particularly towards the end, between the 2 of them that I think are wonderful.